It's 2025, and the federal courtroom's so still you could hear a pin drop as the judge calls the next witness. All eyes swing to the back, and boom, in walks Usher Raymond, the Grammy-slaying R&B legend. This ain't about his hits or some label beef. It's about the dark, twisted stuff he saw behind Diddy's velvet ropes. For years, Usher played it cool, dodging questions, smiling through interviews. But now, with Diddy facing heavy charges, trafficking, coercion, and a whole criminal empire of abuse, Usher's like, nah fam, it's time to spill. His truth, it's been eating him up inside, from the wild scenes he peeped at 14 under Diddy's wing to the grim reality of the music biz's underbelly. This testimony ain't just spicy, it's a game changer, and it might just flip the whole industry upside down. Usher kicks it off, taking it back to when he was just 14, fresh off his debut album and hyped to level up. His mom, Jonetta Patton, hooked him up with Diddy in New York, thinking it'd be his fast track to stardom. L.A. Reid set it up, believing Diddy's mentorship would make Usher a star. I thought I was going to learn how to be a star, Usher tells the court, voice steady but tight. What I saw instead were things no teenager should be around. He paints a picture of Diddy's Midtown Manhattan penthouse, and it's straight up chaos. Champagne on breakfast trays, strangers crashing in random rooms, big-name celebs lounging half-dressed or passed out cold. It wasn't a home, it was a scene, Usher says, calling it the flavor camp. Back then, he thought it was just Diddy's brand flexing. I didn't know what that meant, he admits. Later, I realized it meant indulgence. The jury's all ears as Usher spills how this mentorship went sideways quick. Instead of learning vocals or stage moves, Diddy's pushing him to soak up the lifestyle, party with A-listers, keep his mouth shut, and just watch. He told me, this is how we do it. You don't ask, you just watch. Learn by watching. That's how grown men roll, Usher recalls. One night, Usher wakes up at 3 a.m., hearing low music and seeing candles light in the hallway. He stumbles into the living room and catches what he calls a ritualistic party. Masked folks, cameras, lists, like it's scripted. It wasn't just sex, he says. There was structure to it. He's thinking it's a movie set, but deep down, he knows it's wrong. Diddy's crew tells him to hit the hay, but sleep? Nah. That night sticks with him, changing how he sees Diddy forever. Usher keeps it 100, saying nobody warned him what he was walking into. Not his label, not his mom, not the industry vets who knew Diddy's world was a maze. People thought Diddy was eccentric, he explains. They didn't realize he had power over people in a way that was quiet, but absolute. If Diddy didn't vibe with you, your career stalled. If he liked you, silence was the price. Usher hints at other young artists pulled into Diddy's orbit, promised fame, but trapped in ways they didn't get till later. There were people around us who saw assistants, drivers, other musicians. Everybody acted like it was normal, but deep down, they knew. The adults failed us. Then he drops a wild story about a Caribbean trip with Diddy when he was 15. Supposed to be a chill retreat, just a few folks, but it's isolated. No press, no cameras. That's where I realized I wasn't there to learn anything about music, Usher says, pausing. I won't go into everything, but what I will say is that I wasn't given a choice about the environment I was placed in. The jury's hanging on every word, feeling the weight. After that trip, Diddy got more controlling. New faces, more parties, stricter rules. When Usher pushed back, Diddy hit him with, "You don't bite the hand that feeds you. Remember who gave you this life." Usher looks straight at Diddy, voice firm. You didn't give me this life. You gave me nightmares. Usher's next bombshell is a doozy. He pulls out a contract from when he was 16, slapped with a confidentiality clause dressed up as a standard NDA for Bad Boy Records. But it wasn't just about label secrets. At the time, I didn't even know what half the words meant, he says. My mother had to co-sign, and the label's lawyers said it was standard. Now he knows better. That signature bought my silence for years. The NDA locked him into keeping quiet about parties, guests, and shady behavior, all to protect the brand. The jury shook as Usher holds up a copy, entered as evidence with creepy language about audiovisual documentation and unauthorized reproduction. Years later, in 2009, Usher tried to open up in an interview, but Bad Boy's legal team swooped in, reminding him of the NDA. They said, "We hope you're not trying to jeopardize your reputation," he recalls. It wasn't just lawyers. Usher says he got veiled threats from Diddy's circle, folks he hadn't seen in years. "You think you're done with that world, but it's never done with you," he says. "And if you step out of line, there are consequences, not just to your career, but to your safety." The courtroom's dead quiet, feeling the chill of that truth. Usher takes it back to '96 when he was 17, and Diddy drags him to an exclusive mansion party in Atlanta. Diddy's in full host mode, the place packed with celebs, models, and sketchy dudes who don't vibe like music folks. Marble floors, security at every door, a DJ spinning till dawn, but it's a locked room that catches Usher's eye. Diddy whispers to a guard who opens it but tells Usher, "You're not ready for that yet," with a sly grin. Usher peeks anyway, seeing masked folks and a vibe that screams wrong. "That's all I'll say," he tells the court, voice low. "I don't know if it was legal, but I know it wasn't right." Then he hits him with it. "I think that night changed me." He pulls out photocopied journal pages from '98, originally for song ideas, but turning into a vault of memories. One entry, March '99, reads, "Had dinner with Diddy and 3 execs I didn't know. They kept talking about loyalty. Said, loyalty keeps you on tour. Honesty puts you back home. Diddy laughed." Another, October 2000, says, "Too many secrets, too many masks." Diddy says it's just the culture. I don't agree. The prosecutor asks, "Did you ever tell anyone about these entries?" Usher shakes his head. "I was afraid of losing everything. I didn't think anyone would believe me." Usher's voice gets heavy as he recalls 1997, age 18, when Diddy invites him to meet a big music investor in Miami at the Setai Hotel. Diddy hypes it as a career-defining moment, telling him to dress sharp, be polite, but when Usher walks into the penthouse suite, it's no business meeting. 3 dudes in robes, high-end champagne, and young women sitting quiet. One guy from overseas asks, "You want to be remembered forever?" Usher's like, he wasn't talking about music. Diddy leaves him alone with him, and Usher feels trapped. One dude puts a hand on his shoulder saying, "You can stay or you can leave, but you'll never get another invitation like this again." Usher bolts, but after that night, doors start closing. A tour gig vanishes. A big producer bails. "No one ever said it was because I left that suite," Usher says. But after that night, doors that had always been open suddenly shut. Weeks later, Diddy shows him a handheld camera clip of another young artist in a bad spot. "He laughed as he played it back," Usher says. "It was of another young artist. He was doing something I know he wouldn't have agreed to unless someone made him." The prosecutor presses, "Did Diddy threaten you?" Usher pauses. "He didn't have to. The people around him did. They didn't use words. They used silence and exile." Usher's tone shifts, getting personal as he talks about mentoring Justin Bieber. He helped launch the kid's career, wanting to be the big brother he never had. But then Diddy steps in, inviting Bieber to parties dubbed Flavor Camp, same term he used with Usher. "He was 15, Usher says, and they were treating him like a grown man." Usher ain't buying it. He confronts Diddy asking, "What are you doing to these kids?" Diddy chuckles. "Same thing they did to me. It's how the game works." That's the last real talk they have. Usher pulls back, not wanting his name tied to Diddy's world, but watching Bieber struggle eats at him. In 2018, he gets an anonymous call. Tell him to keep his mouth shut, or we'll shut it for him. Usher looks at Diddy's table in court, voice firm. "I think you know." Usher's big reveal is a 2002 private party at a hidden Hollywood Hills estate. A night he says changed everything. Diddy invites him to meet a new producer, but there's no execs, just dim lights, confiscated phones, and aggressive NDAs. "The vibe was wrong," Usher says, voice cracking. "There were people there who weren't artists, weren't executives, just observers." He spots big names, won't say who, but hints others might spill if the trial keeps going. Trying to leave early, he's stopped, taken to a side room where Diddy's chillin'. "You're not ready yet," Diddy says with a smirk. "You still think this is about music. This is bigger than that." Usher dips and never hits another Diddy party. Usher flips the script, exposing Diddy's business moves. He pulls out emails and contract drafts, showing a teen deal that locked him into 5 albums and gave up his masters till 35. "I didn't know what I was signing." he admits. I just wanted to sing. He says Diddy did this to others. Carl Thomas, Total, Black Rob, Craig Mack, promising fame, then dropping them when they weren't obedient. An accountant once showed Usher a spreadsheet of $4.3 million in missed royalties. Diddy laughed it off. If you knew what was really owed to you, you wouldn't sleep at night. Court documents reveal artists took hush money settlements to reclaim their names or songs. Usher tried setting up a secret 2011 meeting with other bad boy acts to air grievances, but someone snitched to Diddy and it never happened. He claims Diddy ordered demo tapes and footage destroyed for an artist who spoke out, who's now vanished. I don't know where he is, Usher says. Nobody does. But I remember his voice, and I remember he was scared. The courtroom's dead silent, feeling that weight. Usher chokes up when asked why he stayed quiet so long. Because I thought I owed him, he says, voice breaking. I thought if I stayed silent, I could move on and still be grateful. But you can't be grateful for a lie. The guilt's been eating him. Watching other young artists fall into the same trap. He tried confronting Diddy in 2016, but legal muscle blocked him. A 1998 journal entry sums it up. I survived Puffy, but did the kid in me survive? I still don't know. Usher's talking to the court, the victims watching online, and every young artist dreaming of fame. This isn't just about one man. It's about an entire system that told kids like me to be quiet, to stay in line, and to never question the hands that fed us. But I'm here now, and I'm not afraid anymore. Not for me, because I've already lived through it. I'm doing this for the ones who didn't. The courtroom's stunned when Usher drops a final bomb. After his 2001 album 8701, he vanished for a week, checking into a secret mental health clinic in Northern California under a fake name. Panic attacks hit hard at 20, triggered by flashing lights, crowds, certain beats. One night in a New York hotel, he smells candles like the ones from Diddy's parties, and his body shuts down, shaken, can't breathe. I told the psychiatrist I saw things no kid should see, he says. I lived in a world where power meant silence and survival meant smiling through it. That house wasn't just a crash pad. It was a place where dreams were sold, but your soul was the price. Diagnosed with PTSD, it took 2 years of therapy to sleep without nightmares. He hints others faced worse. One overdosed, another tried to end it, a third just vanished. I was lucky, Usher says. I had money to get help. Some didn't. Why'd he keep it hush till now? Because nobody would have believed me in 2001, he says, voice steady. Puffy was untouchable, and I was just the kid with the voice. But now the world is ready to listen. The courtroom's dead quiet, soaking in Usher's words. What started as a case about Diddy's alleged crimes just got way bigger. A call out to the music biz's dirty secrets. Usher's testimony ain't just about one man. It's about a system that chews up kids and spits them out. His truth's a spark, lighten up the shadows where power and silence collide. Will more step up? What's next for Diddy's empire? Drop your takes in the comments. I'm reading them all. Sub to Stranger Crime for more bangers. New drop every 2 days. Smash that like, share this, and let's keep it real. Stay safe, stay curious. Catch you next time.